Taurus, welcome to Cosmic Cassie. Thanks so much for joining me. This is going to be the new moon energy in your sign, Taurus, so you know what to expect and what's coming in with this new moon energy for you. To get started, I did channel a couple messages as far as collective energy that I think we'll all be experiencing during the new moon. I'm going to start with those, and then we'll dive into the tarot and see how it's going to personally affect you, Taurus. First off, I got that we're going to be needing to focus on what brings us pleasure and how to ground that into our everyday life. Then we're going to consider areas of our life that are chaotic and tumultuous and how we can bring them into order and practicality. Finally is allowing yourself to step back from energies that are stressful and draining so that you can get a new perspective on old patterns. Repeating those old patterns is typically what brings in those energies of stress and being drained. So Taurus, let's go ahead and jump into tarot. Excuse me. For this reading, I am using the Wild and Unknown Tarot deck, so if you like it, that is what it is called. We'll also be using this for the clarifying, but it's like a smaller deck, a smaller version of it. Taurus, while I pull out the cards that we are going to want to read here, I do want to remind you that if you want a personal reading, CosmicCassie.com is my website where you can go ahead and book that. That web address is in the description box. Also, please make sure that you are liking and subscribing if you want to get more messages. It costs absolutely nothing for you, and it means a whole lot to me, so I'd appreciate it. Thanks so much, Taurus. Let's dive into these cards. Right out the gate, we have the Magician, and then we have Ace of Wands. A lot of fiery energy, a lot of movement, a lot of creativity happening here. That's what the Wands and the Magician both represent, is a lot of creative energy that's coming in for you, Taurus. So with the Magician, I will say, I do get channeled messages and I can read energy, so I will try to remember to say those if I get them coming in for you, Taurus. Sometimes they come in really fast and then they go just as fast. So I'll try to remember to tell you whatever I get in outside of tarot. But starting with that Magician, I will say the energy that I immediately get with that Magician is we're looking at all of our resources and we're really alchemizing how we're going to be using those resources. We are truly getting into this energy of seeing this is all the things, the resources that I have around me. What do I want to create with them? Just like when you get ingredients for a cake. Sometimes you don't always have to make a cake. Sometimes you can find a way to make a brownie or something out of cake batter. And you can make a whole entire new different creation that you weren't even planning to make to start off with. That's the energy I get with that Magician. It's creating something that most people wouldn't expect you could create with the resources that you have around you. But that's kind of where you're taking it, right? And again, we will be pulling clarifying cards just to double down on each of these energies. Up next, we have the Ace of Wands coming out for you, Taurus. This is getting all of that energy, that motivation, building it up into this perfect idea of what it is that we actually want to manifest and create in our future, as well as in our present moment. What makes sense to have in our lives right now and in 2 years from now, 3 years from now, okay? This is very much that Magician energy, figuring out what it wants to create. This would be the Ace of Wands, would be the ingredients. The Magician is the cook, the baker, the person, the chef who cooks the food. The Ace of Wands are the ingredients, okay? Let's go ahead and pull one more here for you. After the Ace of Wands, we do have the Emperor coming in. That's where we're getting the discipline, the rigidity that we need to make this happen, to fully create it, to bring it into manifestation. This is getting really focused, really diligent on whatever ideas that we have at this time, whatever it is that we're realizing we want to manifest, okay? And then it's followed by the Son of Pentacles. That's willing to put in the hard work, the effort, willing to be consistent with following through with whatever it is that we're trying to manifest and create here, okay? And that last card out here, we have, if it wants to show itself. Show me Taurus with new moon. Taurus need to know. I really want to let it fall out. Oh, look, it gave me 2. Ending, we have Daughter of Wands and Temperance. I cannot believe how much fire energy that you have in this reading. It's pretty awesome. Ending it with that Daughter of Wands and Temperance card. And we'll take those as one single energy together. That gives me the energy of, after we know that we can put in the hard work, we know we came up with a plan of action. It may take a little bit longer than we wanted, but at least we have a plan. We know what direction we're moving in. We know what we're creating here. The Daughter of Wands is saying, hey, along with the Temperance, it's saying, hey, Taurus, I know that you have this amazing plan, but what if maybe you did something different? What if maybe we deviated from the plan? What if maybe we took like an alternative route that you weren't expecting? Maybe one that is a little bit more riskier, maybe one that brings other things into balance rather than just this idea. It's asking you to shift your focus on something other than the plan. Even though the plan is important, even though the main energy is about creating the plan, it ends with asking you to be open to other ways that are being brought to you, okay? Because that Temperance card is also divine timing. So it's almost like, hey, when the time comes, we're going to throw something in front of you and we kind of want you to look at it, at least consider looking at it. Don't just pass it by because it's not a part of the plan. Let's go ahead and clarify these energies and get a deeper dive on them. Show me that Magician, Ace of Wands, Emperor, Son of Pentacles, and that Daughter of Wands and Temperance. How funny, we have the Daughter of Wands twice, and we also have your energy, the Hierophant, popping out on top of the Emperor. So, starting back from the beginning here with the Magician, clarified by the Father of Wands. Again, that's doubling down on getting really passionate, really motivated, having the energy you need to fully go after something that you want to create. So right now, Taurus, this new moon is giving you the energy to have no limit to what you're capable of. You're not being restricted. You're not being boxed in. You're not having to slow down in any way or reduce your idea of what you want. There is no limit to your goals here. You create anything and everything you want. This is kind of wish fulfillment energy, but it's having the courage, the power, the strength to believe it, to see it, to manifest it, to create it. It's knowing in full confidence I can do this, and then having the power behind it to start to create it and do it. Now, Ace of Wands, clarified by Father of Cups. This is that energy of, now that I have the idea, I think that you're keeping it to yourself. I think that you are restricting the people around you from knowing exactly what it is you're doing. So this feels like, I'm not telling anyone my full plan. I have a plan. I have this idea that I want to do. I have this big idea that I want to do, and I'm confident that I can do it, but I don't need other people's energy influencing it. I don't want to share this idea with anyone. This is something that you're keeping really close to your heart, Taurus. This is something that's not meant for everyone to know about. It's personal to you and for you, and it's meant for only you to really know about it. You might have one or two people that you kind of loosely went over the idea with, but once you made the decision to do this and you came up with the idea, the plan, the goal of what you wanted to create here, it's like, yeah, I'm going to take action on it. I'm going to do it, but I'm not going to tell anyone about it. And then when we have the Emperor being clarified by the Hierophant, this is saying you are being guided. You are definitely being guided. I think that your intuition is definitely channeling down in for you during this new moon. It's making that veil a little bit thinner for you to tap into and access in an easier way here. Because I think that we're getting a lot more messages, even though we're showing up in this very controlled, diligent, focused energy of the Emperor. The Hierophant tells me that the reason why we're showing up in that energy is because we feel supported by Spirit. We feel guided. Our gut is telling us this is the right thing to do. This is what needs to happen. So there is no opportunity to be insecure or to not be confident about this choice, because we're getting the cues from everywhere that we need them to know that this is the direction that I need to go in. And that's why we're able to suit up in that Emperor card and that energy and fully take this on. And then with the Son of Pentacles being clarified by the Daughter of Wands, again, it's saying, yes, you have your plan in place and you have the idea of how long it's going to take and what's going to happen, but be prepared for curveballs. Be prepared to maybe take a different route to get there. It's okay to deviate from the main plan. The good thing is that you've made a plan. You have a plan of action. You know where you're going. You know where you're trying to land. You know what the end goal is. But Spirit's really encouraging you here, Taurus. While you're on that plan, once you start enacting that plan, after that new moon energy is dead and gone and you've got your plan now, once you start following that plan and doing it, allow yourself the room to deviate from this plan, because I feel like there are going to be unexpected things that come in. And I don't say that in a negative way. The Daughter of Wands is a positive card of adventure, of creativity, of risk taking, of new things, new journeys coming in for you. So it's just asking, you don't have to change the end goal, but maybe change the way that you get there while you're on the path. Allow yourself to be open to the things that also come on the path with you, that maybe push you off the path into a different direction with the same end goal in mind. And then we have Mother of Wands clarifying that Daughter of Wands and Temperance energy. The Mother of Wands is really protective. She's really protective because she understands all the worst possible things that could happen, but she also understands all the best possible things that could happen. She could create something beautiful, but it could also be taken and abandoned in a second, which would send it crumbling to the ground. And that's where that Temperance card comes in with the divine timing, because it's saying, hey, everything does happen in divine time, and at the right time, there will be a curveball that hits your wall. There is going to be something that shows up, that pops up, that is unexpected, that is tempting you to move away from the path. Don't be so worried and rigid and fearful about the negative things that could happen, because something beautiful could also happen. So we have to allow ourselves to be open to the possibility of change while still having the end goal in mind, because that possibility of change could make the journey that much better, and it could make your goal even better as well. So Taurus, just try to stay open in that way. Again, if you want a personal reading, my website address is cosmiccassie.com. It's in the description down below, and you can book one there. Thanks so much for watching, Taurus. If this resonated or you enjoyed it, please do make sure you hit that like button. It is free and effortless for you, and really appreciated by me. Thanks, Taurus. Bye.